Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Jules, here with Rich on the gaming channel, aka the Mugman to my Cuphead, and we are going to be talking about the game I've just mentioned, Cuphead. Oh. Okay. Well, look, we even got little toys. We cut them out because the studio, was it MDHR, Murder or Murder? The MHDR?
MDHR.
Whoever they are, they're good boys because this game is pretty fantastic. Now, Rich and I have had some extensive time playing this game over the weekend, and boy howdy, have I had a good dollop of wallop. Right, so let's just talk. Let's talk about the game itself. For people who don't know what it is, it's basically like a 1930s stylized cartoon.
Rubber hose animation.
Yes. Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yeah. So think of like proper old school Mickey Mouse kind of thing, with a lovely like painted backgrounds, like Tom and Jerry kind of thing.
To say that it's beautiful is like an understatement, really, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like less
completely.
a love letter to the to a genre and more like a hardback novel signed by all the crew. Pretty much. It's very much like they put their heart and soul into this, and it actually started development back in 2010.
Yes.
So this has been a long time.
Up in the air for a long time.
It's bounced around platforms and studios, and then finally settled on with Microsoft, didn't it?
Yeah,
and then they
Xbox
brought it out
and
for
Windows 10.
Yeah, so they brought it out for Windows 10 and Steam.
Yeah.
And you can get it for, is it $16.99?
Yeah, it's about £15. Yeah.
Trust me, this will be a short review. It is well worth that money because there are only a few niggles basically for us to take to sort of detract from. I'd say that in terms of like summarizing the gameplay, people are going to throw around the name Dark Souls a lot. You know they are because it's trial and error, learning from your mistakes, learning enemy patterns, and in that respect, that's very true. But this is like a boss rush mode that's just insanely fun. I don't know how to explain it other than just be like...
You just have to try it.
Yeah, it is one of those games. Like, there's nothing kind of really like it that goes for this old school, like, Shinobi 2D style platformer that is rock hard, but then mixes in this many bosses into it.
Yeah. I mean, how many bosses are there overall? There's like...
25, 26?
25. Blimey.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So let's just, like, break it down to the story. The story is basically Cuphead and his pal brother, Mugman. Basically, they were at a casino, which is owned by the devil, as you do, and they were gambling away, and they bet their souls.
Oh no, King Dice gave them an offer, didn't they?
You can win all the riches in the casino if you want to wager your souls.
If you win that.
And I didn't know that cups had souls.
No.
I learn something new every day here. It's an experience. And basically they lose. They have to go and get all of the people who owe the devil the money. And
they go and collect all the other souls that the devil is owed.
And then basically
and then he said, if you do that, I will not take yours.
I mean, would you trust the devil in that situation? I mean, I would if it let me go on a massive rampage shooting bullets from my fingers. I mean, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
But yeah, that's the basic story. You're not really there for the narrative. You're there to have some gosh dang good old fun.
And gosh dang good old rages as well.
Yeah, I would say that my time with the game has been like 80%. This is amazing. I can't believe what I'm looking at. There are people stopping behind me in the airport while I was delayed for 2 hours, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I played Cuphead, and there were people coming up behind me just going like, what are you watching? And I was like, I'm not watching, I'm playing it.
You weren't flying Monarch, were you?
No, I wasn't flying. I did because that would have just disappeared mid-air, I think. No, I was delayed for 2 hours. I was playing that, and people were just like, "This is amazing." So I was like, "Yeah, have a go."
It is astonishing. Like when you watch gameplay of it, like when you watch gameplay of any other games, you know it's somebody playing. When you're watching gameplay of this,
it
looks
fluid,
like it's just been animated. Admittedly, there is actually a short that Studio MDHR released of them actually animating.
Oh, showing how the process.
Everything is done by hand. It's all scanned and then coloured digitally, and then it's just. The amount of time that's gone into this game, like you said, 7 years in development?
7 years, yeah.
You can see it.
I genuinely would put this forward as the whole, like, video games as art. Like, people will usually go for narrative and things like that. This is literal art. Like, the amount of love that's gone into the aesthetic side is insane. And there's, like, 2.5 hours of, like, jazz rudimentary music that's been recorded.
The soundtrack is just amazing.
It makes me do my, what's his face? Al Pacino face. It's like, honest to God, like, it is a good looking and good sounding game, but that wouldn't mean anything if the game didn't play well, and luckily it does. I'd say for the most part.
Yeah, it is solid as anything. Everything feels so responsive, and every mistake you make in that game is your fault.
Yeah, you can go back and learn.
There is nothing that you do wrong that comes from the game, and I think that's the beauty of this, because like you said, 80% playing, 20% raging.
Yeah.
Because you know it was your fault, the raging doesn't stop you playing.
Yeah.
It keeps you playing more.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the clever way they've approached the boss battles is that they've done it so that each boss battle never really takes more than 3 minutes. The majority they take about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, depending on like what difficulty you're on. And I think that that's the perfect amount of time for people to be like, oh, I got so far.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give that another go. I'll give it. Keep going. I played with a friend of mine on the like just doing 2-player local.
Yeah.
And you know one of the very first bosses that you can meet is this bouncing blue ball called Goopy Legrand.
Bloody thing.
And, like, that's the thing. Like a load of people like really dislike this guy, but me and her basically got stuck on this for ages. And I was just there like you know pissing about because I'd already beaten on the single player, and I was like, come on, we'll do it together. And she had this mentality which was like, I'm not going to stop playing this game. And I was like, we can move on to a different one. She's like, no, this blue little bastard has got me. He's got my goat. And I'm just like, let's do it.
But that's exactly how the game was built. That's why it works so well, because that's how you should go into this game.
Now, I would say that the platforming sections, the very short platforming sections,
the run and gun sections, yeah,
I'd say that they are possibly the weakest part of the game.
Yeah, because apparently they were added in. That was one of the reasons why it was delayed, because people saw it, and when they found out it was a boss rush game, they were like, oh, but we want some platforming too, and apparently that's why they were added in. They're still really difficult.
Yeah, they're
still great to play, but the main focus of this is definitely all the bosses.
I would say that the run and gun sections have what you would consider to be artificial cheapness, because basically you will be attacked by enemies that are just entering on screen, or you'll do leaps of faith and you'll jump into an enemy, and it's like you only learn how to beat those type of levels by trial and error, and that's not really a skill-based thing then. So sometimes that can be quite frustrating, but that is literally the only thing I can say that a complaint I have. That and the fact that it's possibly too short because I want to beat more bosses all the time.
And it's not on PS4.
And it's not on PS4. That is a bit of a kick in the teeth.
But apparently, if you've got a Windows PC, it runs on a potato. So you don't need a beefy computer to play it. So
that's always good
news. You've got absolutely no excuse to try this game.
It's also been announced already, thanks to the screaming success of other critical receptions and the fan response, that they are going to be adding in expansion packs as well. And each expansion pack will have about 10 to 15 extra bosses.
So that's like 2/3 of the game extra.
It's unreal. I mean, like, if you were to go from start to finish, the game would probably take you about 4 hours to complete.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
And then with the added sort of failure time, maybe sort of like 5-6 hours.
I mean, you get like a pretty much a full length-ish game out of it, don't you?
You definitely get your money's worth.
Oh god,
and the replay value is there because you'll just be like, well, I want to play this.
Because I mean, when you beat a boss and you know exactly how it works, you just want to go back and do it again.
Yeah, it's very, very true. Like, and that's why this review is going to be so short, because we are screaming our passion for this. Like, if I had to give it a rating out of 5, it would easily be a 5 out of 5 on our standards.
Definitely.
Like, the niggles are not enough to detract from even a half-point score. So, thank you very much for 7 years of patience and work, Studio
MDHR.
Is it meant to be like? Is it meant to say murder? Her?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to call it Studio Murder Her. So thank you very much, Studio Murder Her, for this game and for letting us download and print out these lovely Cuphead tokens.
They are very cool, aren't they?
Bang bang.
Oh.
And that's a tragedy.
That's the way the cuppy crumbles.
And on that amazing pun,
I'm going to leave.
So let us know if you're going to get this game in the comments below, and let us know what you thought about the bosses, what your favourite moments were, and what you'd like to see added in the expansion. As always, I've been Jules, he's been Rich. We've been the gaming team. We'll speak to you soon. Now, oh, by the way, we're actually going to be playing this maybe on Twitch or YouTube on Wednesday to show you some raging. So look forward to that.
Subscribe here. Go to Twitch. I'll stick something on the screen so you can find it.
Do what you want. Yeah.